Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Today we will be talking to you about the Health Services iPad application. The reason we have created this application is to help health services cut back on their paperwork, along with cutting back on errors, finding places to file, in addition to reducing the long customer waits.
To make this application work, there's numerous things that we had to do. So first we had to find a way to get information XML from GoalNet. From there, we had to transfer that information over a secure socket layer SSL to the iPad. The iPad then has to parse the data out of the XML to gather all the information about the student and previous records. And then after that, that data is then transferred into a PDF document and then sent back to GoalNet.
To develop this code, we had to create 5 essential classes. The first class we created was data collection objects, display, data transmission, data processing, and test structures.
So we've developed these 5 classes individually. However, they are all going to interact together to form the iPad application. So next, we're going to open up our iPad application for you to actually see, and we're going to walk you through step by step of how it works.
So in this first page, we have a username, password, and student ID. So when we type stuff into these fields, the information is going to be sent to GoalNet, and it's going to be validated, and it's going to log us in. What's interesting is if we don't type anything in, it's going to display error messages. See, please enter a username, please enter a password, and please enter a patient's student ID. So, for example, I'm going to put my name in, I'm going to write my password, and my student ID, and that's then going to log us into GoalNet and take us to the next page.
After we are logged in, you see up top we have all of our information that is automatically put in. Next, the nurse is going to have to put in anything like allergies, the date of the appointment, the time, temperature, pulse, and so on.
All right. Next, we have page 3. This is where the nurse will be able to enter information about the history of the illness and its symptoms. So first, you'll see that there's a method and date of injury spot. Then they'll be able to enter stuff about the self-treatment, if there was any. Next, the history button will display selections for them to choose. Then there's the swelling, the pain, and swelling again for at this moment in time. And then they also have another area where they can enter more information if necessary. All right, the next page, page 4, is for the physical exam. The nurse will be able to type into this spot about the general appearance of the injury. All right, for the next page, we have a diagnosis area where the nurse will be able to write down what she feels is wrong with the patient. Also a plan of action for that patient, and then also a provider signature where they will sign off on the form. Well, that concludes our presentation for the day. This is our iPad application for the Student Health Services. Thank you for listening, everyone.